Alright, response video is some putz called Math Geek. I only watched a minute of his video and said, yeah, this guy needs a response. I'm just so sick of these ballless wonders. So, the video is going to be a surprise to me too. The nihilist trap. Alright, it's a trap. Nihilism is a trap. One critical disadvantage about the end of the metaphysical views is that the individual looks at his own short lifespan too. The eye feels it. Well, couldn't read it all.
Hey, Amendum. This is mathgeek37.
But we're supposed to be metaphysical.
I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. I'm trying to slay you, and I'm going to slay Red Beetle at the same time.
Yeah, righto. What you're going to do is poop your little pants.
For those of you who don't know, Red Beetle is a Calvinist Christian. I watched several of his videos on the philosophy of Nietzsche. His overall general impression that Nietzsche hated Christianity is correct, but the guy is quote mining at best. And
yeah, well, who cares?
the quote I put at the start of the video was one that he mined out of Nietzsche's book, Human, All Too Human. And basically he said that atheism has no interest in propagating good, solid foundations, which I think is wrong. And
well, it's just an idiotic statement on its face. Atheism is just a description of a philosophical consequence. If you believe there's a God, then you have one philosophy. If you don't believe that an intelligence created the universe, you're stuck with evolution. You're stuck with consumption and reproduction. You're stuck with no inspired idea, no intelligence saying this is a good idea. You're just dumb fucking forces of creation.
To swing this back in Amendum is looking like the typical conception of an atheist that a Christian would have. Honestly, I've watched a number of Amendum's videos.
Well, I guess I really should be in some ways, and it's completely irrelevant, though. It's a description of the truth. Perceiving each other is pointless. Most Christians are just lying assholes anyway. They don't have any real faith because they obviously don't invest in their fucking religion. That's why they're capable of sin. If I actually believed that God existed, I would not live their idiotic lives. They compromise every principle in the Bible every fucking day. They don't even know what the word repent actually means. They say, I'm just going to rub some beads and it's all okay, or I'm going to dip my head in some water and I'm all forgiven. It doesn't work that fucking way. So whatever. It's about philosophy, asshole. You wanna play psychology games, that's your prerogative, but argue the philosophy. Alright? This bullshit that you're going to sit there and pigeonhole my psychology, fuck you.
And in one of Amendum's videos, which I think is brilliant, oddly enough, in his philosophy, reeks completely of Nietzsche. And the fact that we are like machines, we're biological machines, that we're a slave to a molecule.
Yeah, well, that's Dawkins too. There's a lot of people that, obviously, the truth becomes apparent to a lot of people. You want to sit there and say people are plagiarizing each other or picking or mining or doing this other kind of crap. No, it's what people observe when they make their observation. He could be on one side of the elephant, I could be on the other side of the elephant, and we're going to describe the elephant. Asshole.
Really no point beyond this. It completely reeks of, maybe not Nietzsche directly, but a lot of this kind of slide into quote-unquote postmodernism that the Christians have given us. And I see this in Amendum's character, and Amendum needs to wake the fuck up. He's a big baby.
Yeah, and you're a big fucking fat douchebag. Fuck you.
He whines and he complains and...
Yeah, why don't you quote his whine and his complaint? Quote him. Have enough. Find your ball somewhere. Reach down, up, put your hand up your fucking ass and see if you can find your fucking balls and pull them the fuck out of there and see if you can grow enough fucking goddamn integrity to quote me, you motherfucking weasel.
He makes these 10-minute long videos that are just of him rambling like crazy.
Yeah, quote the ramble then, you little fucking goddamn prick. How thick is the average book written by the average philosopher? Does it take more than 10 minutes to read that fucking book? Does it, you dumb ass? I mean, I hear Atlas Shrugged or whatever. It's like, what, 2,500 pages or something? There's a dumbass philosophy saying selfishness is good. So fuck you.
Rambling, depressed, being full of despair and despondency.
Yeah, right. Try to refute it, alright? Quote it, you little fucking god, you big fucking fat smelly weasel. Quote me, you fucking cunt!
And yet he wakes up the next day. He, in a way, is the walking contradiction that dominates the mind of the serious Christian, the one that thinks that scientific atheism, quote unquote, is what's driving us into the ground. But what Red Beetle failed to pick up on was the fact that he believed Christianity had already broken the soul. Excuse me.
Who the fuck cares about all this nonsense? Christianity is nonsense. It's a 2,000-year-old fable. End of the story. You want to make some sort of comparison that I am deliberately contriving when I say, yeah, well, we're basically based on a molecular design, a reproducing molecule design, and the molecule had no other agenda besides consumption and reproduction. Now, do you have a counter-argument to that description of reality, that ramble describing reality? If you have a counter-argument, please provide it, asshole. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Spirit, quote unquote, of mankind. He makes the comparison with the Greek pantheon. Yes, that even after Greece, even after the society gave up the pantheon, they had their turmoil, but eventually they got over it. He's made the point that Christianity is so further beyond that it has crushed us. And
who the fuck cares? Again, what does this have to do with anything? Christianity is nothing but, it's astrology. It's an old fucking primitive theory on how human beings, what their life was, how they exist. Dumb, ignorant people came up with a dumb, ignorant theory. Period. End of the fucking story. Stupid, moronic culture decided to build totem poles to that nonsense and say you can never touch the totem pole. Period. End of the story. This is not that fucking complicated, asshole. So there's a bunch of modern-day people praying to a dumb, stupid, archaic, moronic, old idea because they glorified it, because they made it a permanent fixture of their identity. Not that complicated. So get to a fucking reasonable point to justify your accusations regarding my content. Fucking weasel.
We got rid of Christianity, the growing pains would be much worse and create the slide downward. So back to Amendem. Amendem is just kind of this character that Christians like Red Beetle like to portray. And I think Amendem's despondency, Amendem's baby-like insanity is driving this Christian point.
Yeah, and you're empty, vacant. There's no word for how immature it is to make such a vacant, empty, nothing in your fucking hands argument. Nothing. You have nothing in your fucking hand to justify the nonsense that's coming out of your ugly fucking face.
Not directly, but I think it's a side effect of it. A Christian could just dig in a little bit, and if they find somebody consistent with the nihilistic atheist...
Let's say the truth actually sucked. It was just plain in fact. There was an evil devil who created the universe, and that was the plot of our life. An evil, giant, slobbering monster created life because he hated things, and he wanted them to suffer as much as possible. And that was his fucking plan. And we could, in no way, there was no strategy where we could ever take him down, ever remove his power. That was just our lot. We were going to be his slaves, and he was going to torment us forever and ever and ever. If that was the fucking truth, then it would be the fucking truth, right? We wouldn't sit around and say, well, let's just make up some other story because that truth is too ugly, or it's too unfriendly, or, you know, we can't eat our Happy Meal in peace with that truth looking down on us. I mean, is that what you would do? You would just acclimate to that bullshit scenario and just say, well, that's fine. Well, let's just go eat some Fruit Loops. What are you fucking saying? Will you argue with a specific contention being made and quit this personality shit, or I'm just going to keep insulting your fucking pudgy, fat, stupid, inarticulate, bullshit personality? You fucking losing piece of shit. I mean, is that all they're going to do? You fucking asshole.
Ism that Nietzsche talks about, then that in their mind cements it for them. And Red Beetle makes a good point in a video.
Look, I'll defend my philosophy. You want to talk about Nietzsche, do that all the fuck you want. I will defend what I contend the truth is, all right? I'm not going to defend Nietzsche's perspective, okay? He was more futile and stupid about it. He didn't really understand the concept that we are all equal consciousnesses and the future is essentially our own destiny, and that if we don't fix the future, we're centering ourselves to it. Dumbass. All right, part 2 coming up. Sorry about a part 2, but yeah, we're gonna finish fucking this guy over. He's such an arrogant little pompous prick. Yeah, you're gonna take me on with this crap, with this fucking less than a mud ball? All you got is spit in your fucking hand, asshole.